Hold on real quick. Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Tay.
Okay, I'm literally at work and y'all are blowing me because y'all talking about women. Y'all know majority of people are average. Y'all understand that, right? Y'all mamas, y'all grandmamas won't make 100K a year. So y'all talking about people you don't want your daughters to be raised in this, and that's normal. Like I don't think there's a problem with people being average. Like I do want people to thrive and do better for themselves. But
Right.
the person next to you, the person you walking past at Walmart, they ain't making 100K. They making 50, 40, 30, and they're living
So where
fine.
they live?
I live in Virginia.
No, I said where they live. Like these averages are across
Girl, what
America.
the fuck you mean where they live? They everywhere.
Yeah, they where they live. So where I live in North Jersey. So like not making a certain amount, you can't live here. Versus like
I
not
know I
making
live in Austin.
West Virginia, you can. And
But
so all
regardless of
of
where
those
you
income
listen,
levels
regardless
are
of
being
where you
pulled
live,
are
there's
being in
still
the
an
pool.
average. Because your average is
Yeah,
gonna
and the
vary
average is
versus
using
state.
every last place and putting them together as if they're equal and they're not. That's where the distortion is in data.
But regardless, people
No, no,
live
it's not
average
regardless.
lives.
It's very, very important to data
Re-
analysis.
oh
I
my gosh,
have
you
a
keep talking
finance
about data,
degree.
girl.
It's
I
very
really don't think
important.
you really know what you're talking about. Because when you
I
talk,
have a finance degree,
it
baby.
just gives
It's
me
very
airhead.
important to understand where your
What?
data is coming from.
Man, what's your data coming from? Give me your stats, my love.
I just told you I have a finance
Where's your
degree, so
stats?
I'm
Okay,
trying
you
to
talking
help
about your
you
finance degree.
understand
Give me your
that
stats.
when
Give me
you're
your stats, girl.
talking about income levels and you're using an average, and you don't even know which average it is, you don't know if it's median, mean, or mode, but that matters when you're talking about income levels across the United States because everything ranges. You already know that living
Tell
in New
me
York
your
City
stats.
is not the same as living in North Dakota.
But there's still an
But the
average income
average,
regardless of
if
the
you're using a
cities.
mean average, is using all of that.
But there's still an average with those cities, right?
So you can't talk to the lady that lives in New York and say she's supposed to be cool with the average that stands that includes North Dakota.
Okay, but then we were going to the average for that state. Okay, she's probably not. If she's in New York City, she's probably not talking to a man in North in wherever you said. She's probably
Or
gonna be talking to a
wherever.
man in that city.
Big city, DC, whatever. So that average ends up being null and void because you can't include it because those women don't live in the rural areas. You understand?
Oh my gosh, girl. When we're talking about we're talking about average. So let's go down to the
Okay, I'm
city
sorry.
versus
I'm
worldwide.
right. I'm too educated for this. Let me just let you go.
Too educated. You can't even state me your stats, baby girl.
My
You
stat,
keep talking about
explain
stats,
to you
stats
the,
this, stats
I
this.
didn't
Give me your
explain
stats.
to
Give me
you the
your stats. Give me a
nuances so you
website.
can't
Give me
catch
a
it
website, and I can
because
look it
you're not
up.
educated. It's okay. Do
Educated
your
girl, don't
thing.
start with me.
Do your thing,
If
babe.
I may, hi ladies, if I may.
Do your thing.
Hey Noble, thanks for having me up. So I actually live in South Jersey and I also lived in Georgia. And my money was a lot longer in Georgia. So Brittany's correct in that regards. That where you live definitely matters. I did look it up because again I'm in Jersey and I've seen a couple of different numbers about what the average salary is for New Jersey. Um So, so I don't have any data. I'm not sure. I know Brittany said that she looked up the numbers. I don't have any data, but I know what minimum wage is in a state, and it is pretty low. So I'm gonna maintain. I'm not sure if you ladies know, but Big Noble, I'm the one that was in that clip that he played. I'm maintaining that woman, if you want to be with a man that makes more money than you have to cap yourself. Because if you don't, there is a small percentage of men that make a lot of money, that make six figures, even in New Jersey. The numbers
Men
of
or
men,
black men?
we can say men, period. Like, but
Oh,
since this is a black platform, I'll say
compared to
black
black
men.
women?
I'm sorry.
Compared to black women, there's a small percentage of men that make more than.
Period. There's a small percentage of people, period, that make that much money. But again, this is a Black
Black
platform.
women.
Wait,
There's a
okay, I
small
do.
percentage of men.
Wait. Let Alondria go. Hold on.
No, I'm trying to understand like what you're
Yeah,
saying.
let me try rewording it. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is there's a small percentage of men that make six figures.
Ah.
So not only, and remember, for men, he makes six figures, but he's not necessarily looking at a woman that makes six figures. He'll take a woman that's making 40,000 if she's got a fat ass, a pretty face, and she's friendly. So what I'm saying is, it's already a small percentage of men that make that much, and you've got all women competing for them. So I just want to see women be successful and find a good man, a man that's going to be loyal, faithful, resourceful, responsible, etc. And I'm saying to women, if hypergamy is a hill you have to die on, where you need to be with the man that makes as much money as you or more money than you, don't make too much money,
I
because
just
you'll seriously hurt yourself.
I disagree.
What?
I
Hold on.
disagree.
Wait 1 second. We dial 1 second. Alondria. So we're over here talking about. I mean, you just talked about six figures. Let's even take it down. Like let's talk about black men that even make $75,000 a year in this country, and not specific to region or anything of the sort. Just on average, tell Alondra, will you please tell us what percentage of black men make even $75,000 a year in America?
Yeah, this is according to blackdemographics.com. It's about 13% of black men that make that much. And a good portion of those men are most likely already married.
So
And they most likely live in certain demographics. Don't say without the like the area.
Yeah, it is an average. It's definitely an average, Brittany. I can definitely concede on
No,
that.
I'm saying when he said like don't include the area, because like the areas do dictate where you're gonna. How much
I'm okay, so
wait 1 second. We dial. Hold on 1 second. Britt, at the end of the day, like first of all, I was making that 2 years ago. First of all, 2 years ago. So if you want to talk about demo or region and this, that, and the third. So again, whether it's up north, whether it's down south, whether they on the East Coast, whether they on the West Coast, only 13% of us make that amount of money on all coasts combined. So like, what does it matter at the end of the day?
No.
Okay, well, what
That
else?
was my whole point. Yeah, that was my whole point.
Whether black men up north make up a majority of that 13%, or down south or on the East Coast or West Coast, is still 13% at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So
but
like, what does it matter?
from a very, very small town in Mississippi wants a man who can provide. That's not the same stat that she cares about. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't always try to make it so blanketed. You know,
Well, I looked up
it matters.
I looked up what's considered to be middle class in Jersey, Brittany, and it was between 60 and 177. And I also looked up what the average salary was in Jersey, and I saw 50,000, and I also saw 60,000.
Is that the state? Because I know Jersey is like south, central, and north.
Yes, that was just New Jersey as a whole.
Yeah, it's just Jersey's complex in that it's south, central, and north.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that there aren't women who can absolutely meet men that make a lot of money. I'm just saying that if all women want those men, well, we're not all going to get them. If you're the kind of woman that can get that man, absolutely go for it, right? Like, you look like a very beautiful woman. I hope you don't mind me saying that. I think you're absolutely. I'm sorry.
Sweet.
Yes, very
I
beautiful.
know she
Beautiful
is
smile.
pretty.
Very beautiful smile. So if you say that, I think you can do it, right? But a lot of other women. Oh, well, thank you for that. But a woman that looks like you, right? But I think that for the average woman, and for even the below average woman, the chances are probably a lot lower, and so I think that they need to have more realistic standards.
I don't support the realistic standard thing because I just feel like everybody's limiting their options personally. First,
I agree with you.
there are way too many men in these here United States of America making decent income and not sitting on their bums, okay? And even if he's not making a decent income currently, if that man has enough drive and he is capable of presenting you with the potential to make that income within a few years, I feel like that's realistic. I don't know, girly, because I'm with the Africans, and the Africans have
Same.
only 13% of a population below the poverty rate in the United States. They are educated. The
Thank
median
you.
income, not the average income for first generation Africans in the United States, starts off at like $68,000 a year. And that's starting off. That's not even like that's the median. That's not even the mean, which would be the average. And then if we start looking at specific things, specific niches within like these men, you're more likely to see like a six-figure earner, right? Because they're going to university, they're getting their degrees, they are not sitting on their bums, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm looking at the Africans and I'm looking at the Middle Easterns. I'm
Thank
looking at my
you.
people. This is where I go shopping. Why would I go to Food for Less when I can go to Whole Foods?
Okay.
No, facts, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. My fiance's family came all the way down here from Kenya. Didn't speak a lick of English. And him and his brothers and his mama and his sisters and his daddy are all doing well, financially well off. And they're not even from here. And they're making more money than a lot of these African American men.
I don't think that's a fair statement to make. African immigrants, they tend to have different success than Black Americans who are native to this country. So yeah, I
Because
don't think that we
yeah,
can
but if
compare
you're
the
looking for
two.
a black man, like if your target demographic is a black man, right? And you are looking to find a black man who is making money, you're going to gravitate towards the black men who are making this money on average. And if those black men tend to be first generation African men, well, baby, we going to
Mm-hmm.
Wakanda. We go to Wakanda real fast. I'm putting on my white
Stop.
tee. Where's your auntie? Because I'm just saying, I love the math. I love the graduation rates. I love the potential of earning within this specific demographic. And so that's who I'm going to find. If I want a black man, I'm going to go towards any black man, right? But not just any black man, the black man who is capable of providing that. And if the starting off median salary is 68K, baby, we can wait 2 years because I know you'll make that 100K.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine,
Thank
but
you.
it's the statement that I made still applies, right? There are still a small percentage of men that make that 68,000 or more, and that are even capable of getting to that 100,000 or more. So it's still all women trying to compete for those high earning men. And as far as the African immigrants are concerned, there are cultural differences that, I don't think every woman can handle those cultural differences.
Oh, girl, I'm African. So, I mean, to me, I don't think that it's really, yeah, there's going to be differences within the culture,
But
but
it's not that big of a
but
difference.
I feel like adapting to someone's culture and learning how to make a couple of dishes and respecting and honoring his traditions is a lot easier than looking up at a popcorn roof for me.
Yeah, it's not that hard to make some chapati. Like, just like, be for real.
Silly question, but what is a popcorn roof?
What?
You said a popcorn roof. I'm sorry. What is that?
I would rather literally sit down and beat them cassava beans until I make fufu before I stare up at a popcorn roof. Like, you're gonna have to make concessions in every relationship, and if that concession is understanding your partner's culture, and that partner has a culture in which that partner is appreciative of the fact that he can provide for you, then I'm gonna make that concession because I don't want to look up at a popcorn roof. I don't want to have to open like two doors to get into my house and one of them is metal. I don't want to do all that.
That's fair. I still think at the end of the day, there are average earning men, and average earning men deserve love too. So,
Just not for me.
I just think that you're gonna run into
Okay, to
average
be
earning
fair,
men
in
100
Jersey, a
times before you
popcorn
run
roof
into
can be
six
like
figures. Six
750.
figures.
definitely
Period. just to be fair to say that, just to like anybody who was shaken by that in the comment section, in Jersey, a popcorn root can be $750K. So it's okay.
Yeah,
It's not
Just
crazy.
proof. Like he couldn't even make it smooth for you, girl.
Hey, okay, wait.
I'll say this. Can I say this? I love this conversation. I love it a lot. And I just want to say, like, yeah, keep your standards high. I don't really understand the point. If someone told me when I was 21, trying to date, trying to figure things out, that like the stats of black men or men in general who made over 100K to disturb me while I was dating men who were millionaires, it doesn't make like it would just disturb me. You know, it would just try I would feel it would just be something to try to make me feel small. You know? So when I hear these conversations, I don't see it as something that's productive to the black community. I literally see it as something that just tries to make black women feel small.
Mm-hmm.
Black women need to sit down. Black women need to taper their standards. Black women need to shut up. These were never things I even thought about for a second when I was in my early 20s.
That's fair, Brittany. I get what you're saying, but I think that I'm not sure if you have a kid, if you have kids, but I'm a mom, right?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So I like to set my kids up for success, right? So if
Me too.
my
You check
daughter
my
says,
page. If you like that, you check my page.
so let me follow you right now. So if my daughter said to me, "Mommy, I want to be the next Beyonce," right? Um, so I would say, listen, that's great, but I want to give her realistic expectations. You can definitely work towards that, Christine, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you, but I want you to just recognize that you may never be the next Beyonce.
But if
And
someone
that might
said
not be the
that to
best example.
Beyonce
I'm
would
sorry.
never be a Beyonce. You know that, right?
No, but
Exactly.
no, because I didn't say, no, you're not going to be the next Beyonce. That wasn't what I said. What I said was, you can absolutely work towards that, but just recognize that it may not happen. So if you want to meet a rich man, sure, absolutely. Like I said, especially if she has a face like you, Brittany, but just be, just recognize that you may not meet that guy, or the guy that you actually fall in love with might only make 60,000 and he's content with that. Like, I think it's just about setting realistic expectations.
Okay,
Maybe
let's
I'm
say,
Delulu.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe I'm Delulu
Before,
too,
before,
because I feel
before
like my expectations really aren't even that high, to be honest with you.